13 News now at noon. March is Women's History Month, and next week, Westminster Canterbury on Chesapeake Bay is inviting the public to join in on a breakfast with 4 female leaders who have helped to make a major difference and a big impact here in Hampton Roads. Here to tell us more about it, we have Ellen Duckworth and Catherine Willis. Thank you, ladies, for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks. We're talking about something so cool here. We know it's Women's Month. We've had so many great conversations, surrounding women already happening this month so far, but this is a new event that's happening with Westminster Canterbury. Tell us more about this event.
Well, it's going to be so exciting. And first of all, thank you for having us back again. I appreciate it. But this is just an opportunity for women to join other women and women who've had some significant achievements, a trustee member of ours, and have an opportunity to ask questions about how they've made differences, advice they might give their younger selves, things they wish they might have done differently. And it's an opportunity, instead of maybe just listening to someone speak, ask some questions of what people have already done.
Yeah, I love the 2 parts of this. You're celebrating women who have made big achievements, and then you're helping other women to get where they're going. Catherine being one of those is great examples of people who've made such a big difference. You're a partner at Cerity Partners. You're talking about investing, a big conversation for women that you can kind of like focus the conversation around how things are different for women when it comes to investing. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It's big, it's important.
Yeah.
Women are going to be, 90% of women are going to be responsible for their own financial well-being at some point in their lives, and we have to be ready for that. And as highly educated as women are, we now make up 60% of college students, over 50% of the workforce, but only 25% of the C-suites or executive levels. So there's something missing, and the journey of life is not easy. So we need to help each other through that and see if we can't help ourselves and each other prepare for those future inevitables when we're going to be responsible for some pretty important stuff.
Yeah, for sure. What do you hope that women will gain from hearing what you bring to this event in terms of just empowering themselves that maybe, I didn't think investing was for me, but now maybe it is?
Well, like I said, it's very important, and it's more than just investing. I mean, women share they take the lion's share of the burden for home. We juggle a lot. There's a lot of strength that we need to garner from each other because that journey isn't easy. It's difficult. So if we can help empower each other just through that conversation, and there's no right answer. I say there's no such thing as balance, because that balance evolves over time. We have to focus on our children sometimes, then we have to focus on our parents sometimes, we have to focus on ourselves and our work. So it changes over time, and sharing that story with each other really makes a big difference.
And it sounds like these conversations are going to be centered around taking, maybe topics that women thought weren't for them and kind of bridging that gap into what they deal with every single day. So I know that's a big one, but you had a big hand in picking all of the panelists and just making sure that women had some great information presented to them. Was it a challenge to get, there's the right people in front of these women?
Well, first of all, we have the most amazing leadership, and it does start with our board of trustees. So when we looked at who could we go to that would bring in experience and life challenges and advice, the first people I looked at was the amazing women that sit on our board. And then through that, we also learned about Sharon, who is an attorney here in Norfolk that is going to be a part of it. So it's an opportunity for us to kind of share their experiences and also bring in another individual that can talk about what life has been like for them. But it's so interesting because the balance issue is what we get a lot of questions about. How do you do it all? And I don't think there's a right answer.
There's not a right answer.
It's not, exactly,
Yes.
But it's going to be great to come to this event and find out more information and have conversations with like-minded women to help each other. That empowerment piece, so very big. Before we go, give us the details one more time.
Sure.
The date and where people can go for more.
Absolutely. And just so you know, the age difference is going to be very vast, so lots of people to talk to. So it'll be Wednesday, March 8th at 8 o'clock. And you can RSVP at wcbay.com or call us at 757-496-1785.
Perfect. Make sure you attend. It's going to be fantastic. We'll be right back.